Have you ever looked around at your life or the world and just thought, this makes absolutely no sense? Maybe it was a quiet whisper on an ordinary Tuesday morning, a fleeting thought while stuck in traffic, or a loud, raw shout during a major life event that shattered your understanding of how things should be. That distinct, unsettling feeling that the universe isn't following a script we can read, that the plot is missing crucial pages, or perhaps was never written in the first place. You're not alone in that feeling, far from it. It's a deeply human echo through time, a shared glance of bewilderment across crowded rooms and solitary nights. A fundamental chord struck in the heart of anyone who has dared to look closely at the beautiful, brutal, baffling tapestry of existence. This feeling isn't a sign of failure or misunderstanding. It's often a sign of being awake, of paying attention. Life often feels like a jumbled puzzle where the pieces don't quite fit, or maybe they belong to a different puzzle altogether, one we haven't even imagined. We spend so much energy, so much precious time, searching for answers, for reasons, for a clear, well-lit path forward laid out for us, as if it's hidden somewhere just out of sight, waiting to be discovered. Why do we crave this order so intensely? Perhaps it's wired into us. A survival instinct from times when understanding patterns meant safety. Perhaps it's woven into the fabric of our societies, which often reward certainty and penalize ambiguity. Perhaps most profoundly, it's a shield against the raw fear of the unknown, the vastness of a universe that doesn't seem explicitly designed with our comfort or comprehension in mind. We look for the grand design, the hidden meaning whispered by the cosmos, the comforting assurance that everything fits into a logical sequence someone else has already ordained and approved. We want the guarantee that our suffering has purpose, our joys are deserved, and our efforts align with some larger, benevolent plan. We pore over the events of our lives like detectives, meticulously gathering evidence, seeking clues to an overarching purpose we believe must exist. Because the alternative feels too chaotic, too untethered, we tell ourselves stories to connect the dots, sometimes forcing connections where none naturally lie, just to feel a semblance of narrative control. But sometimes, despite our most fervent efforts, our most rigorous intellectual searching, all we find are more questions, deeper paradoxes, unexpected detours that lead us miles off our imagined course, and moments that leave us utterly bewildered. It can be deeply frustrating, even profoundly unsettling, to feel like you're navigating a vast, unpredictable ocean without a pre-drawn map, a reliable compass, or a guaranteed destination harbor. The feeling isn't just intellectual, it's visceral. It can feel like groundlessness, like the solid earth we thought we stood upon has turned to shifting sand. We naturally crave order, logic, and explanations that soothe our restless minds and calm our anxious hearts. We desperately want life to follow a neat, predictable storyline, clinging fiercely to the belief that there must be an inherent purpose we just need to uncover, a secret key that will unlock the code and make it all make sense. We feel if we just try hard enough, think long enough, analyze more deeply, we can wrestle reality into a shape we understand, one that fits comfortably within the confines of our expectations. But what if that relentless struggle is part of the problem? What if the lack of a pre-written script, the absence of that universal key, isn't a flaw in the design, but an invitation? A radical, demanding invitation to participate differently. What if the messy, unpredictable, nonsensical parts are not errors in the cosmic code, but the very space where our own choices gain their profound weight and significance? What if the universe doesn't hand us meaning on a silver platter, neatly packaged and defined, but instead gives us the breathtaking, sometimes terrifying, unburdened freedom to create it ourselves, moment by moment, choice by choice? This freedom is exhilarating, the source of our greatest potential for creativity and love. But let's be honest, it can also be terrifying. The sheer weight of knowing that the path forward isn't predetermined, that the choices we make genuinely shape our reality without a safety net or a guaranteed right answer, can be paralyzing. We stand at countless crossroads, large and small, with no divine signpost, no cosmic GPS telling us which way leads to fulfillment or avoids disaster. The fear of making the wrong choice, the fear of regret, the burden of knowing that our actions have consequences in this unscripted play. This is the shadow side of freedom. It's the dizziness of standing on a precipice with infinite possibilities stretching before us. And yet, even choosing inaction, choosing to drift, is itself a choice with its own set of consequences. There is no escaping the responsibility that comes hand in hand with this freedom. It asks us to be the authors of our own lives. And what if part of embracing this freedom lies in accepting that we can't control or understand everything? What if wisdom isn't found in having all the answers, but in becoming comfortable with the questions, with the uncertainty? There can be a quiet, profound peace in releasing the exhausting need for absolute certainty, in letting go of the illusion that we can or should manage every variable. It's like finally setting down a heavy burden we didn't realize we were carrying. Maybe then, the point isn't to find the singular meaning of it all, hidden like treasure for the worthy or clever to uncover. Maybe that search, while understandable, is ultimately misguided. Maybe the real, vital task is to actively build meaning through our actions, our connections, our passions, right here in the messy, vibrant, often contradictory midst of the confusion. Meaning isn't a destination. It's a way of traveling. It's found not in abstract contemplation alone, but in concrete engagement with the world. How do we build it? In countless ways, large and small. It's built in the dedication poured into a craft, the pursuit of knowledge, the effort to create something beautiful or useful where nothing existed before. It's built in the fierce love for a child, the patient tending of a friendship, the simple act of showing up for our community. It's built in the courage to stand up for a belief, to fight for justice, to speak truth even when it's difficult. It's built in the resilience shown when facing adversity, the lessons learned from failure, the strength discovered in vulnerability. It's even built in the quiet moments, the mindful appreciation of a sunset, the shared laughter over a simple meal, the conscious choice to be kind when it would be easier to be callous. Meaning can shift and evolve throughout our lives. What felt deeply significant in our youth might give way to different priorities later on. It's a fluid, dynamic process, not a static achievement, and crucially, it does. Maybe it's about learning to choose our steps when the path ahead is shrouded in fog, trusting our own inner compass, our values, our intuition, our conscience, even when external signs are absent or contradictory. Maybe it's about finding our way to make things matter, pouring our finite energy, our precious attention, into what resonates deep within us, regardless of whether it earns applause or fits conventional definitions of success, be it art, kindness, justice, exploration, or simply nurturing a small patch of green in the world, even if the wider universe seems vast and indifferent to our efforts. The act itself becomes the meaning. Maybe it's about the courageous, essential act of reaching out and connecting with others, forging bonds of empathy, shared experience, and mutual support that create warmth and purpose in a world that doesn't automatically provide it. These connections become our anchors in the storm, lighthouses built by human hands in the pervasive fog, reminding us we are not adrift alone. In sharing our confusion, our joys, our sorrows, we find resonance and belonging, weaving a collective tapestry of meaning that strengthens us all. It's truly deeply okay if your life doesn't follow a predictable plotline or match some idealized image you once held or that society promotes. It's okay to be an imperfect navigator on these often choppy seas, sometimes tacking wildly, sometimes feeling lost. It's okay if things feel confusing, uncertain, or downright illogical. That is often the texture of reality itself. It's okay to feel the dizzying weight, the occasional dread that comes with choosing your way forward without a guaranteed outcome, without cosmic applause or a celestial safety net. Acknowledge that weight. It's the price and privilege of freedom. The most profound, growth-filled, authentically human moments often come when we stop searching relentlessly for external validation or a cosmic rulebook, when we gently, deliberately let go of the exhausting illusion of complete control over life's unfolding narrative. True strength often lies not in dominating reality, but in gracefully yielding to its uncontrollable aspects. It's when we turn inward, not for all the answers, but to listen to our deepest values, our truest desires, our sense of responsibility, and decide what truly matters to us right now in this moment. Embracing this radical freedom, this inherent responsibility to craft our own significance day by day, acknowledging our own flaws and imperfections in the process, can be incredibly powerful and ultimately profoundly liberating. It allows us to be present to the life we actually have, warts and all, not the idealized, sanitized version we think we should have. It opens us up to unexpected beauty and unforeseen possibilities. So breathe. Right now, wherever you are, take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, the simple, undeniable reality of being alive in this moment. Breathe into this wild, open, often nonsensical space of existence. Be fiercely, radically kind to yourself as you navigate the inherent uncertainty. Forgive yourself for not having all the answers, for sometimes stumbling or losing your way, for being beautifully, frustratingly, complexly human. Perfection was never the goal. Authentic engagement is. Allow yourself to embrace the messy, imperfect, sometimes contradictory beauty of a life you are actively shaping with every choice, every act of love, every moment of courage. Cherish the small, fleeting joys that you choose to notice and elevate. The unexpected kindness from a stranger, the comforting warmth of the sun on your skin, the shared silence with someone you trust, the quiet resilience you discover within yourself after a storm. These moments are the anchors in the chaos, the points of light in the darkness. Lean on others for support. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness, and offer your own strength and compassion in return. building shared meaning in the fragile, vital spaces between you. We are, in many ways, each other's meaning makers, and try to trust, not in a guaranteed happy ending or a universe that caters to your wishes, but in your own innate capacity. Trust that even when life offers no easy answers, no clear path, no ultimate guarantees, you possess the capacity to live meaningfully, love deeply, act courageously, learn constantly, and experience profound wonder right where you are, with what you have. And that active, courageous engagement with the beautiful, nonsensical mystery of it all, that, in the end, is everything.